on, guys. It's Dad and D back at it again. Guess what we're working on today, guys?
The Palisade.
The Palisade. So, as you guys are going to see, the wifey had a little bit of an issue with her car on the way home. Yep. She called me saying that there was all kinds of lights going on her dash. The battery light was flashing. It was like middle of the night on our way home from work. So she got it home. I was able to look at it. I thought it was a battery, so I went and bought a battery, as you guys will see. So, this is her battery. They put it underneath this stupid airbox tube, so I gotta take out, it looks like a couple of clips, and that should just pop right out. And then, underneath the negative cover, there, underneath the positive, there's a clip there, so don't just try to rip this up. You gotta pop that clip, see? And then you loosen that bolt up, and that will, this entire plastic case will come completely off. Yeah, this looks to be, yeah, it's the stock battery from the factory, so yeah, we'll get it replaced. So, these bolts, you're gonna have to have a deep well. I made that mistake, I didn't grab a deep well, but they're 10 millimeter. So, deep well socket, they're 10 millimeters. I've never been taught on the correct way to remove these cables, if it's supposed to be negative first and then positive, or if it's positive then negative. So I'm just going to do it the best way I know how. So then I just took that wire and tucked it back over there behind that. And then we have this one to do, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good view of it. Okay, now I got that off there. Got to get these clips off here. Super easy. Got those two clips off there. Got those two clips off there. Just gonna set that to the side. Now the hard part, getting that battery out of there. So I found the bolt that holds it into the car down there beside the battery, 12 millimeter. We're gonna take that part out. All right, battery is removed. On a warmer day, I'd clean that to make it look better. But we have the old battery here. If I can find the date sticker on it, I'll let you guys know what it is. But yeah, there's the old battery. So this is the new battery I got from Batteries Plus. Cold cranking amps is 800. Reserve battery is 140. So seems like it's a decent battery. Get those off there, and we'll get her in the car. New battery's installed. Time to get the filter housing back on there, or the vent back on there, and we're done. Back on there. Guess what? That didn't fix the issue.
Nope, because it's the alternator.
Yep, as Little Man said, we have to change the alternator in this thing. And from some of the other YouTube videos that I've seen, it's quite the task. So you gotta go from under the car, you have to remove the AC compressor. You got 4 bolts to take that out without taking off the AC lines, because we ain't trying to get that recharged.
No.
And then we have 2 or 3, maybe 4 bolts in the alternator to take out, plus the wire that's connected to it.
The under tray.
Yeah, the under tray we got to take off. So we got a day's worth of work for us. The alternator I had to order. Just FYI, the alternator from the dealership was going to be about $670. AutoZone and Advanced Auto don't carry them. O'Reilly's wanted $470, and it had to be ordered. I found a parts store out in California that had one for $150. It was rebuilt, and then it was another $150 for shipping.
So now we're hoping it works. So
it should work. I mean, it's all warranted, so warranted. But it's on its way. It should be here tomorrow. So it's going to be kind of a long video, because today is Friday. So we're going to tear it all down now. And then tomorrow when the alternator comes in, we're going to come back out and install the alternator.
Yep.
So hopefully we won't be out here too long tearing it down. And then tomorrow hopefully we won't be out here too long putting it back together. Because as you can see, It's a little cold out here.
Yeah.
We're like 1, maybe 2 degrees in the garage. Luckily, we don't have to worry about wind chill because we're in the garage.
And we got heaters.
And we got a couple little heaters going here in the garage, so hopefully it'll get warmer in here. But we will see. So, first things first, we're going to get a light turned on. And then Dom's going to go under and take the underbelly out. And then I'm going to start working at the top and trying to get the wire off the top. And go from there, because I'm taller, so I'll work at the top. Dominic will go underneath and work on the underneath. Get the underbelly taken out, and then we'll go for the bolts for the. Oh, there's also a plug for the oil level sensor we have to undo too.
Which at this point I'm a pro at doing the under tray and taking it off.
I would hope so. You've been doing it. You've done it like 100 times. So, all right, guys, we'll see you in a second, and we'll get at her. So, right there, the stupid shadow will go away.
Here.
Yeah, there is the AC compressor. You gotta take that bolt out right there. And then there's another bolt right there you gotta take out. And then you gotta remove this plug that goes into the side of almost, I guess it'd be the block for the oil level sensor. If you don't, you take the chance of breaking that, and it's expensive to change. So make sure it is of all importance for you to take that off. First thing, before you even take the bolt out, I would take that off. Before you start taking these bolts out for the AC compressor, you're going to want to go over there. You can't really see it, but up there is the tensioner. So you got to take and get that tensioner loose so you can get the belt off as well before you even take those bolts out, so you don't get hit in the face with anything. So it's just safer to take the tension off of it before you do anything else.
And then take the belt off.
I'll get better lighting when I start doing all of that, though. So I just wanted to show you guys what you're kind of dealing with underneath here. The alternator is...
I got something in my eyeball.
You can't really see it very well. The alternator is way up there behind the AC compressor. So, that's the reason you have to take the AC compressor out to get to the alternator. So, yeah, right there's the alternator. You can kind of see it. So, in order to get to that, you got to take the compressor off. And we got to take this off too. So, that's going to be the next task. It looks like it's just a couple clips and bolts, and then this plastic shield will come off. So, I won't bore you guys with taking that off. Pretty simple to do that. So once we get past this plastic shield, I will get back with you guys. Start working on the car. We got the plastic plate off down there, but before you start messing with the alternator, make sure you do take off. I mean, some people take off the negative, some people take off the positive. I just disconnect it completely. It's safer. I mean, at least you won't have any accidents that way. So it's really up to you, whatever you believe to do, but I just do both just to be safe. And then we'll go over here and get that nut off there and that plug. So I'll do my best to get a video of it, but it's down in a tight spot, so I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to get a video, but we'll see. Okay, I couldn't record it, but I got that off there. I'm taking a page out of Matt Armstrong's book, and I put the nut back on there, so I won't lose it. Now, I gotta go down there and try to get that plug. I wish, like I said, I wish I could take you guys with me. It's just too tight, but I'm gonna try to take you along for as much as I can. So I'm gonna go down there and try to get that plug out now. All right, got that stupid plug out. That thing was stuck nice and tight in there, so you know that's pretty good waterproof, but we got her out. Right there, that is the plug right over there. So I got that out. So we are good. We're gonna go down underneath and see how the dude is doing underneath. So we have the cover off of it. That was a task. There was several bolts and clips to get that out, wasn't there, man?
Yep.
But you did it. Hey, you did it all but like 2 clips and a bolt. So that's all you.
Yep.
Good job. Okay, so now we're on to the rest of it. We have to get this plug out here for the oil level sensor. Then there's 2 bolts here. 1, 2. And then make sure you get this plug off the top because I almost missed that too. And I did wind up breaking the clip that goes in here. Luckily I have new ones, so I can replace it easily. It's not too important. Easy fix. And then right there is the lovely alternator we're trying to get to. So back to getting this off. We got her off. Got her moved out of the way. Those bolts were tucked up in there, I tell you what. So the 2 other bolts you gotta take out is right here. They were well above this thing. As you see, one right there and the other one right there, tucked up in behind that. So to be able to get enough space to get to the alternator, which is right here.
Get it out.
So everything is disconnected. Got the wires off. It's still a clip right here that I'm going to try to get off without breaking. And then all the wires will be off the alternator. And then we can get to the bolts. There's one there. Like I said, there's one at the top. And I don't know if there's only 2 holding it in there, if there's more. So we'll find out together. But yeah, I'm going to try to get the one off the top. YD tries to get this one tucked back in here because he has little arms. So he's going to try to get that one while I try to get the one on top. So as soon as we get those, I will be right back. We got her out of there. Yep. It is gone. Just laying right here beside me. Whoo! That was a job. I'm going to tell you right now, make sure you have a good pry bar. Because you're going to need it to pry that thing out of there. There are only 2 bolts. One that goes there, one that goes in there. And they're about yay long. So once you get them out, it's best, honestly, if you have 2 people do it. One person take that bolt out up there while you're laying underneath holding it so it doesn't fall out on your face. If it does, but obviously mine didn't. I had to take a pry bar, and I had pried in between this and the bottom of the alternator. I would have got a picture of it, but it was too tight to even get a camera up in there. But yeah, pry bar right there, and I pried back like this, and she popped loose, and then just kind of wiggled off the top up there, and I was able to get her out. So, yep, there is an idler pulley mounted onto the alternator. You pop this cap off, and then you take the nut off on the inside, and then you can take the idler pulley off of it, and then attach it to the new alternator. So, that was the thing. Make sure you save your bolts and this nut right here, because the new alternator will not come with those. So make sure you save those 2 things. So, that being said, we are done for the night. So, the wifey's car is going to stay there stay this way until tomorrow. All broke down and tore apart. Yes, I am laying on the floor. It is cold as sin. D is right there. He's cold. But honestly, I don't know what time it is, but let me check real quick. We've only been out here for like an hour and 45 minutes. So they said the total job would take an hour and a half. Bullcrap. Took us about an hour and 45 minutes just to get the old one out. He was a big help. He took a lot of bolts out, a lot of clips out, so he did a good job. He took the bottom bolt out of the alternator. I took the top one out. So 2-man task. I got a little man helping me, and it was a 2-man task. So yeah. So anyways, when the new alternator comes in tomorrow at some point, we will get back out here and get her started back up and get her put back together, and hopefully she runs right. So we'll see you guys tomorrow at some point. So corners are dented up a little bit, but better than some of the pictures I've seen in the reviews of the boxes being damaged. Let's see what we got on this new refurbished alternator. Ooh, Shiny. Not bad. Came with the pulley attached.
Yay!
The silver one. So, plug looks good. Yeah. Sniff test. Smells good. Doesn't smell burnt. Look at that. OEM, baby, right there. You see that? Hyundai. OEM. Let's go.
Yay!
Nice. Alright, well, me and Dee have to get changed. We'll get out there and get her put on. What's going on, guys? Well, it's Saturday.
Yep.
Back at it. Guess what? As you've seen in the clip,
The alternator arrived.
the alternator has shown up. So, looks perfect. No damage to it. Smells good. Smells clean. Luckily, it came with the pulley attached, the main pulley attached to it. So we have to swap that out because that was going to be a pain. We do have to get the idler pulley put back on it. So that'll be fun. Other than that, I mean, now it's just about putting everything back together, and we'll take you guys along for the ride on that one. Hopefully you guys can hear us better. We've got new mics. His is hid down in his coat, so hopefully the audio is good. The Wi-Fi got us these for Christmas, so hopefully it takes the channel to the next level. So, but anyways, we're gonna get at it and get this thing put back together. We got one of the lights turned on. We have to get the light underneath turned on. Dom can do that while I'm getting ready to put the pulley back on the alternator. Yep. And then we'll get back underneath there and put it all back together. So, wish us luck. We'll see you in a minute. So we did notice that this is the new alternator, obviously, as you can see in the box. Nice and shining. This is the old alternator. Crusty, musty, dirty, and dusty.
Crusty, musty, dusty.
So one thing we have to do... That's the old one, so I ain't too worried about it. I don't have to do a core on that one. They left a broken clip in this one on the new one. So I think I know why they did it, so you wouldn't forget to put the clip back in it. So just gotta get underneath here with a pair of pliers, squeeze it together, and it should pop out. So if anything, I'll get a pair of side snips and just cut it out. It's fine. One way or another, we'll get it out. Oh, look at that. Here, D, you pull that the rest of the way out. Yep, get right up underneath of that with the pliers. No, right underneath here. There you go. Can you squeeze the pliers up underneath there? No, don't be shoving those down in the new alternator now. No. Let's try just doing it this way. It's the old one, so we don't have to worry too much about breaking it. There you go. See?
Nope, there we go.
Got her out. That's a little harder than what it needed to be, but oh well. We got her. Okay, and so now looking at this, the idler pulley goes right here. I'm gonna get this. Who put that cap back on there? I know who did. Me. To get this cap off of here, dude. Pop that cap back off there. There's a plastic cap that goes right underneath of that, and you just get a pick or a flathead screwdriver and it just pops right off. Well, it's supposed to pop right off. He's struggling a little bit. Alright, so we got that off there. Now it goes right there. And that. And then you just finger tighten it down to as much as you can. Try not to cross thread it. Once again, it is freezing cold out here, so my hands are a little shaky. Let me find the ratchet. Ugh. Yep. So just so you guys know as well, you know, I like to tell you this, that is a 14 millimeter for this idler pulley to get it on there. We're going to do it while it's in the box to kind of help us get some grip. Nice and tight. Guten tight, as I like to say. Guten tight. We don't want to over tighten it because I think this is an aluminum cast. And obviously you don't want to tear the threads out of the aluminum cast. And then we have to put new threads in it. We've had to do that way too many times, right? You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Hey, let's strip the threads out of the head of the dart, huh? Yeah, and then oil went everywhere. That was a disaster, wasn't it? Uh-huh. All right, guys, I'm going to try to take you along for this venture to shove this thing back up in here. It's not going to be easy, but we'll get her up in there. Of course, alternators have to weigh like 6 billion pounds. And I don't have a rubber mallet to help beat it up into place. So hopefully the people that sent it to us maybe smoothed it out a little bit so we can get it up in there. I think the real issue is going to be the car itself and getting it up in there. Whew! That took some persuasion. If you don't have a rubber mallet, I did it the old school way and used a 2x4 and just a regular good old fashioned persuader. And we got her put up in place. Got the bolt started up there. So got that one started. We'll get the other one up the top, get it started. Then we'll just start putting it all back together. I gotta look up the pattern for the belt. I'll let you guys know that when I find it. So, but yeah, we'll get these bolts put in here. That one, and I'll take you back up top and show you where the other one is when I get this one put in. I'm not gonna tighten it down, obviously, because I might have to move the top around a little bit to get it lined up. So leave this bolt kind of loose till you get the top started. Once you get the top started, tighten the top, and then come back down, tighten the bottom. Sorry, I'm shaking so much. It's cold. We're at the top of the engine. The top bolt is right there. So we'll get that started. Dom is down there in the bottom. Say hi, dude.
Hi.
He's working on getting the bottom snug for me while I'm up here getting the top started. So, like I said last night, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to record of this. I'm going to try my best maybe get you set up somehow so you can see it. But it's really just putting a bolt in anyways. So I'm pretty sure anybody that's watching this video has put these bolts in before, or put a bolt in before, so everybody knows how to do that. But anyways, it goes right there in that hole. I'm going to get it started, get this one tight, and then go down there and get the bottom tight. So Dom's just getting it snugged up for me. So we'll see you guys in a second. That bolt was a task, I tell you what. Had a horrible angle on it. And so it was hard to get that bolt in there. Once we got it started, it was a little bit easier, but we had to go underneath, hit it a couple times, knock it up to get it aligned. Once again, I'm using my camera on my phone to take pictures of the hole to see where we needed to go. Thing that made it easier was this swivel head ratchet I got for Christmas a few years ago. Oh, that made it so much easier because I was able to angle it like this and get up in there. So I wasn't busting my knuckles on that thing and that bracket because, whoo, that hurt a little bit. All right, back with you guys underneath the car. We determined this plug was a lot easier to get from the top than it was to get from, or a lot easier to get from the bottom than it was the top. So, plug, clip, little pull test. She's snug, she's good. Cool. Now we move on to this monster, the AC compressor. Wish me luck. Alright, fishing this back up in there. Alright, we got the bottom. There's like little pegs that the AC compressor like slides into. I should have got a picture of that before you put that up in there. But yeah, once you get those little pegs in there, it kind of just sits there by itself. Always just keep an eye on it though. You don't want it to fall on your face. But that'd be a bad day, wouldn't it? Alright, before I put any of the wires in there, let's get her bolted up in there. I got these 4 big bolts right here that go up in there. Here. See if I can get the... Alright, so these 2 bolts here are 12 millimeter. You know, I like to always show you guys the sizes on this stuff. Makes it easier. 12 millimeter for these bolts here. Sorry, you guys are getting a glare from the light up there. And then the 2 on top is also the same size. So we'll get these put in there and Get her tight. Oh, might have to use a wrench for this one. So instead of using a socket and a ratchet, just get a 12mm wrench and use that to tighten this up. Hey, is my 12mm up top, dude? Should be a wrench. Or I might have it right here again. Look at that, I got it right here. Ah, never mind. Get my light set up. There we go. I just love just the old school wrenches and stuff, but we've come a long way when it's come to these ratchet wrenches. I thought the first time I got these was like the greatest day ever, and now I use them non-stop. I got a new set for Christmas. It's like a swivel head ratchet set, or ratchet wrench set, but they're the standard size, so doesn't do well on the Palisade because the Palisade is all millimeter. All right, don't forget your plugs. You have the one on the top of the AC compressor to plug back in. Right there, plugged. Little tug. She's good to go. Okay. Then you have your oil level sensor right here. And plug, tug, and snug. For people that may not realize it, do not, when you go to tug on these and make sure they clipped well, do not pull on the wires. They will break. They're just thin wires. So don't pull on those. Grab it by the head, give it a little tug, and make sure it's clipped in there. You don't have to like yank on it or anything like that. Just a little tug. All right. Next step is, I should have done this before I put this back up in here. I gotta get this broken clip out so I can zip tie this up. And then up here on the alternator, I got another zip tie I have to do right here, which actually I can just go around this one because it's all the way through. So I'll just put a zip tie there to hold it on. I was gonna try to get these old ones off, but I'm not gonna worry about it. It's cold and I don't want to be out here long enough to do that. So, and I know D's freezing, so we'll get that done. But now I have to find the pattern for the belt because I took it off without taking a picture of it. So I got to figure this out. We'll see in a second. When I find the pattern, I'll put it on the screen, a picture of it on the screen right here. So then you guys know how to put it on there. Pause the video and look at it as you need. Okay, we got it started. Found the diagram, which like I said, I will have on screen right in this area for you guys to see. I get to now go up here to the tensioner pulley with the 19mm socket. You're going to put it, I didn't show you this earlier when I was taking it off. There is a notch right here the socket goes on. And then when you're pulling on it, you're pulling on it towards the front bumper of the car or the front of the car, which will then loosen this up. Is that right? Yeah, because the ratchet's going to be coming down this way. So you're going to pull on it this way, which is going to push this pulley back towards the back of the car, which is going to loosen it up to be able to get started. Now, as you see, I have it already on the pulley because there's a smaller pulley I'm going to go around, which is the idler pulley right here. It's going to be easier to get it on that pulley than any other pulley. So I'm probably going to eat those words, and it's probably not going to be right. I'm going to tell you right now, that tensioner pulley, whoo, it takes some butt to get it to move. I tell you what, it took some major force. And I was wrong about the idler pulley. Don't try to do that one. Just right here at the AC compressor, it's so much easier to do it that way. I had D up top. He had his fingers on the alternator pulley to hold the belt in place as I was doing it. So his fingers were out of the way of getting pinched. And before I let off of that, he ran his hands around all the pulleys to make sure they were all in line and in the teeth, so nothing was pinched before I started it. Now that that's on, and all the plugs are in, we're going to go and start it up before we put the belly plate back on, and she's good to go. But I wanted to test start it before we did that.
So you don't take it back off again, waste more time.
What he said. So we didn't have to take it off again if it didn't work. but I have full faith it's going to work. That's a good looking alternator, so we'll have to get the battery reconnected and get that done. And then I'm going to also, before I put the belly tray on, we're going to zip tie these. I figured I was going to wait because I didn't want to zip tie these and have to cut the zip ties if we have to take it off. So those little things like that we wait to do until last because it's easiest. So yeah, we'll I'm going to make sure all the plugs are in, battery connected, start her up and see what happens. Whew, all right. Got it all put back together?
Yep.
Got the alternator on?
Yep.
Got it plugged back in?
Yep.
Got it tightened down?
Yep.
Yep. Got the wire attached on the top?
Yep.
Got the AC compressor put back in?
Yep.
Got the belt put on?
Yep.
Showed the people the route?
Yep.
Yep. We showed them all the sizes for all the sockets and nuts and bolts. Yep. Guess what?
What?
It is time to start it and see how she runs.
She runs. Huh?
So far, so good.
That's good.
There was a battery light that was coming up right there that was just faintly blinking just a little bit, and then over there tpms was flashing, her parking sensors were flashing saying they were out. Like, it was a mess. So none of that's popping up. One other thing she was having for this condition is the car was sitting there going like, it was really weird. Another issue she was having, take you back here to the back of the car real quick. Turn this camera. Her light here for the license plate light, I have a video of it pulsing as well. The light was like pulsing, and it was going along with the engine. Like, it was, the voltage was going up and down. So that was another thing that diagnosed the alternator being bad. So just look out for those key things, and it'll tell you it's the alternator. Now I hooked it up to the computer, and I'll show you the voltage there of what it was showing as well, and how the voltage was pulsing real bad, which told me that it was also the alternator. I'm gonna get this turned off before we die because the garage door is closed, and I don't want to die from carbon monoxide. So we'll see you guys in a second. All right, guys, we are taking her on a test drive.
Yeah.
See how she's gonna do. We're headed to get some lunch. So figure this is the perfect time test drivers to take her to go get some lunch. I can already see some differences. She's starting a lot faster. Mommy said that her seat was not adjusting automatically like these Palisades do when you first start them. The seats automatically move to the position you have to program to, and hers stopped doing that. So now I just turned it on in the garage both times, and the seat moved in position like it was supposed to. Like, it was like the car was lacking power to not be able to move into position.
Yeah.
Another thing is she said her built-in garage door opener wasn't working like it was supposed to. She would have to press it and hold it a long time for it to actually work. And I just used it back there at the house, and it worked really well. So far so good. No error messages on the dash. No check engine light. See, that's the crazy part as well. Little story time for you guys as we're doing this test drive. It never threw a check engine light for that alternator being bad. Not once.
No.
It did not throw a check engine light for the battery being low. It gave us no warning that this alternator was going out, except for the fact when everything started going haywire on the dash. So just keep in mind, you don't always need a check engine light when something's going wrong with the car. Sometimes the car will just tell you. And the Palisade definitely did that by throwing all those weird messages on the dash saying stuff wasn't working. So we're on the main street going about 30 miles an hour, and she seems to be running really well. So hopefully it stays that way. Anything changes, we'll give you guys, we'll start the video back up and let you guys know. But until then, we will see you back at the house after the test drive if everything goes well.
Yeah.
All right, so we made it back
Yep.
for the test drive, as you guys seen in the video I just recorded.
Yep.
Everything went well.
No problems.
Nope. Garage door opener worked down at the corner of the street, so that was pretty awesome. The real test drive is when I take her on a drive tomorrow to go get groceries. It's further away than the place we just went to get lunch. So yeah, so far so good.
Yeah.
We'll get her out on the highway tomorrow and see how she does. But I have faith that she's gonna be all right. And but anyways, we'll keep you guys informed if anything happens. If it messes up or anything, we'll let you guys know. But hopefully you enjoyed the video, found it helpful. And we'll see you in the next video, which will probably be hopefully the spark plugs in this thing.
Yep.
I know she needs an oil change here soon too, so hopefully in that video we can do spark plugs and oil change at the same time. Just a maintenance video, really. So yeah. Anyways, hopefully you guys found it enjoyable, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you in the next one.
Peace.